Alright, guys, so I want to share a sermon before I do anything else. A sermon, not that I'm preaching because I don't believe in women preachers. Um, Paul is very clear about that, and we don't take the book of Paul and say, well, Christ came, so what Paul says doesn't matter, basically, right? Um, so yesterday's sermon was really good. The pastor talked about Mary and Martha. So, um, all I plan on doing pretty much this Christmas season is just being a Mary, just sitting at Jesus' feet and absorbing what he did for us this year. And that's what the pastor encouraged, and that's what I usually try to do. So, when we walk in the Holy Spirit, right, we can be like, okay, we can take our free will and just be like, I'm just going to stomp all over the Holy Spirit, forget you. I'm going to override you. I'm going to do whatever I want every day, right? And that's something that I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn first thing in the morning, to put my feet right before God because otherwise my own drive, my own sense of self uh can just take over so fast. So I'm just looking around at people walking by if you see my eyes shifting. I do that when I think too. So yeah, I mean, there's the hustle and bustle of everybody trying to get together, but that's not as important. Let that stuff be in the background. Let it go, or you will miss the moment. You will miss Christmas. And that's what the pastor was talking about. Mary and Martha. So I'm sure Mary did help before Jesus got there. I'm sure they did a lot of preparations. I mean, how would you feel if you heard that like this celebrity was coming to your house, right? You'd be like, oh my goodness, let's get this all clean. And once Jesus got there, Mary sat at his feet and she chose the better thing. And I think in our society, we tend to be like this. We tend to be people who think unless we're being productive of every single minute, we're not living the right life. And I don't agree with that. I think there is more value in living a slow life. And as a matter of fact, yesterday I just, redid my priority list and I thought, go deeper. Go deeper in your life. Don't fall for all the glitter and all the flashy stuff. Just make time for God every day. Sit down and have a blank calendar. Just take your calendar, which mine used to be filled up pretty much uh, all the time. Just take your calendar and make it blank on purpose. Make time to do this. And I think for me as an older woman, I mean, obviously I had a lot going on when I had my kids, but now it's just like, no, I'm older and there's more quality in my life I want. There's more care for how I am doing things, presenting myself, how I am uh, taking care of myself. So I think this comes with maturity too. I think as you get older, there's more of a desire to live a quality life over quantity. So that's kind of where I'm at. I kind of am into this whole stuff. I had a friend who just emailed me about everything going on and invited me to her to her Zoom meeting about finding the calm in this holiday. And I think like so many times I can make things harder for myself, right? And I think we can make it so much harder for ourselves to just relax and just enjoy the season. I mean, when my kids were growing up too, I just would enjoy, taking a ride to go see the Christmas lights. I didn't always have to, uh, you know, have a big Christmas. When I was growing up, we had very big Christmases with all the family. I mean, I have memories of like my grandfather, my great grandfather in Hooksett dressing up as, my grandfather dressing up over there as Santa with the whole family over. And even though my grandmother had 10 kids, they always managed to get something for everyone, including the grandkids at Christmas. So, I kind of don't do that. I kind of just, I think Christmas can be all year. I don't think it has to be a one time event. I think it's more important to be focused on Christ and celebrating the real reason for the season. And then whatever you want to do after, you can do. But don't get caught up in it. You know, it's a I don't want to say it's a sale of your time, but it is a something where there's a lot of pressure to have everything in order, and you don't have to. Mary was told what she did would not be taken away, so she chose the better thing, and I think that's important to remember this year, guys. Okay, thanks for joining me.